Welcome to the 40th episode of the Piano Ninja Tricks podcast. Hi, I'm Lisa Spector, your piano ninja, here to make everything easier for you at the piano so you feel like a piano ninja. If you are listening to me on your favorite podcast app rather than watching me, you're not going to see I'm about to take off my piano ninja gloves because it is a hot summer day. So some of this costume is getting off. And I will tell you what's going on this week. So Sunday, the last Sunday of July, we are having a YouTube live concert with My Favorite Chopin. And this is a program that's going to be on YouTube Live in memory of my mom, who passed away this year and was a huge Chopin lover. We shared so many Chopin concerts that we enjoyed together, and hope you can join us. It's at 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. And if you're on YouTube, the link will be in your comments. And if you're in your podcast app, it'll be in the show notes. So look forward to seeing you there and sharing my favorite Chopin. I have a waltz, several etudes, a sonata, scherzo, preludes, nocturnes, mazurkas, you name it. So I love this time where I've been mostly exclusively working on the music of Chopin. It's something near and dear to my heart. So I hope you can join us. And if you're a pianist and you join us live, you have to be live, you'll have an invitation to get my new Chopin masterclass at half price if you attend live. So hope to see you there. And this week I gave a talk. So in the Piano Ninja Tricksters Club, where adult classical pianists gather in a community and I help them learn twice as much in half the time with my piano ninja tricks. But we also do a monthly mastery class, and we do a monthly piano ninja tricks demo. And this month it was on Piano Ninja Tricks Touch. When do you play deeply into the keys? When do you play lightly into the keys? When to actually pull up the keys? So I'm going to give you the cliff notes here to that. Let's start with playing into the keys, which I am demonstrating with a lot of Chopin, but this really applies to so many composers. However, it applies so commonly to Chopin's slower themes. So when I use this expression all the time when I'm teaching, play into the keys. What do I mean by that? When you have a long lyrical line, a long phrase, and you want long legato sustained sounds, I want to feel that the key is going all the way down to the bottom of the key bed. Now, it can't get out. It's physically impossible, but I still want to feel that way. It's like putting my fingers in plush velvet. My fingers don't lift the keys, and it's very legato, very connected, and I'm really concentrating on the down motion and fully pressed down. So I'm going to start with an example from the F major Nocturne of Chopin. It's my right hand that's really fully deep into the keys. I feel like I'm playing velvet. My left hand is not. So my left hand is keeping the steady beat. That's what it does in a nocturne. And I'm staying really close to the keys. I want a lot of consistency. To create consistency, you want to stay close to the keys and not change anything. You want consistency. So that means that my fingers are really close without lifting, and so forth. Another example might be I'm going to use the second theme from the E minor concerto of Chopin, really deeply into the keys with my right hand. After these lovely three first notes. Hate to stop, but if you want to hear more, then come to the YouTube live concert Sunday night. So that's one. Those are two examples of playing deeply into the keys. It happens all the time in Chopin, and it's such a good feel. I don't know. I just love the feeling of playing into the keys. Now, there's other times I don't want to play into the keys at all. If I have light, fast finger work, such as the Chopin F minor Etude, Opus 25, number 2. If I were to play really into the keys, it would slow me down. It would be like going through mud. I don't want that feeling. I'm still pressing the key all the way down, but I'm really focusing on really the upper half of my press, the upper half of the key. So it's really light. And this is when I'm learning. If I were just learning this, I would overplay it at first a couple times. So I'd play a little heavier. But I don't want that for long because it's going to slow me down. So gradually, little by little, everything I teach you is little by little, you start to lighten up. So then you're almost on top of the keys. You're not really on top of the keys. You just feel like you are. You're just floating feeling. Another example would be Fantasy Impromptu. If I really play into the keys, it slows me down. I can't even do it. It's just this feeling like I'm only playing the upper half of the key. I'm not. I'm playing all of it. Otherwise, it wouldn't sound. But it's the feeling in my fingers. And so forth. It's really, really light. Now, third example, and there's over a dozen examples, but I'm just going to do 3. Playing into the keys, playing the upper half of the key, and pulling up the keys. So pulling up the keys, an example would be this section that comes all the time in the 4th scherzo, the E major scherzo. In order to get that clean, I'm really focusing on an up motion, so that we hear, because it's not only double notes, but it's also, you're in the middle register. Middle registers of the piano get muddy really easily. So another example would be, so that's an occasional thing that happens in that scherzo. An example of something that's continuous would be the Beethoven scherzo to the Opus 31, number 3. And in my left hand, I'm constantly focusing on pulling up the notes. I'm not working on that right now. Just heard a brilliant performance of it, so it made me think of it. But that's an example of really pulling up the notes. So come to my Chopin YouTube live, My Favorite Chopin, Sunday night, July 28th, and you will hear all of this. You will hear into the keys, playing the lot of light finger work in Chopin, playing the upper part of the key, and then that last example of pulling up the notes. That happens also. Hope to see you there, and remember, if you're a pianist, you will get an invitation to get half off my new Chopin masterclass. And I am going to get back to the piano with the F minor Etude, my usual closing piece. By the way, this is my girl Gina, good girl, over here in the music color. She's hard to see. She's a black lab, 15-year black lab, and she's hard to see with dark eyes.